My child's mom went to jail. Women be trying to use these babies as pawns, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
We've normalized casual sex so much, and that one night turns into from 18 years to a lifetime.
She struck me today real good while my son was in my hand.
Your lack of self-control, you bringing children into this world just to suffer. Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome back to Thinking Out Loud. It's your boy Maurice. Got another clip for y'all today. Sadly, this clip comes from a content creator I actually respect and admire because he really built himself up from literally nothing. Bro came out of jail a couple years ago, moved to LA with nothing, I think a couple dollars and a bag of clothes, and has really came up. He grinded, he worked hard, and he created a life for himself that most people only dream of. So to see him going through this is really disheartening, but nonetheless, let's get into it. Shout out to my boy Fredo. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and let's watch this joint together.
You worrying about my business. That's what you worrying about. Go worry about them niggas you said you had. Go worry about them bum ass niggas you said you had.
You've been fucking around with the same bitch since I was pregnant. The same fucking bitch.
I've fucked with multiple women since you was pregnant.
Great.
What does that
and
mean?
You keep a bitch around, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
What does that have to
Guess
do with
what?
you?
Your son don't fucking deserve that stupid shit. And that bitch got it coming. Best believe and let that bitch know.
You sound dumb.
I don't sound dumb.
Yeah, you sound.
Lucky I don't have nothing on me. I do something about it right the fuck now.
Do what? Have what?
Have
on
what?
you?
What you think?
Leandra,
I know what the fuck
you're
to do.
talking
Stop
dumb.
fucking playing with me.
Imagine
I'm not talking dumb.
Imagine
Tell that
you.
bitch she got it.
Imagine
She
you
got
going
it.
to
She
jail
fucking got it.
because you want to do something.
No.
We had a baby together. We was never together. Kind of been dealing with this for a year.
Sure.
Let me explain it. I'm telling you. Let me explain it. So, you know, I provide for her and my son. I got my house in Van Nuys, moved them from San Diego here. I provide everything financially, right? Even though the house is under my name over there, I try not to pop up on her just to give her a person. Hold on, let me speak. I let you speak. You can't physically strike. I've been through this so many different times. And the old Fredo, I'm telling you, the old me, I would have stripped you back. No, you fucked up.
How old's the little guy?
He's about to be a year old in March.
So, you came over today to like celebrate Christmas?
No, sir. So
Okay.
let me break it
All
down.
right, let's hear your side.
Yeah, my side. So basically, he's very verbally and financially abusive.
Okay.
I've been avoiding coming over here because I knew something like this would happen.
Please
He
break
likes-
down.
He likes to rage bait me and get me riled up. Today I did not because my son wasn't exempt. You know how he is, and I know how erratic he gets.
Just been sitting here for weeks. I was sick with a fever. She said she didn't want him around me. So she extended it as long as it can. It's the 21st of the month. Christmas was a whole month ago, okay? She comes over here. Everything was fine, okay? Her only issue with me is she says, oh, I can't record my son that he's walking. That's where it started. Oh, don't record my son while he's walking. I don't want to show that to social media. Mind you, I'm all over social media. Like, I don't feel like we was totally fine. I'm riding his cars. I'm building stuff for him in the back. All right, so she has an issue with that. I got my son in my hands. I'm like, you need to relax. Like, why the fuck are you always tripping over some bullshit? We was just fine, but you want to start some shit while we was just fine because you want to use my son as a pawn in this whole situation. Apartment, furniture, TVs, everything. Been paying rent for months and months and months on end. $3,000 a month. Paying her phone bill, paying her Wi-Fi, getting everything my son needs. I've still been having to deal with her as a woman using my son as a pawn. I've been through this situation before. I would understand if I was playing with this woman's emotions, if I was still dibbling and dabbling, if I made any promises to her about being with her or anything like that. We were just fucking around for about a month or two, and she got pregnant, decided she wanted to have her first child. Fuck it, okay. I already knew it was gonna get ugly just because I know I was gonna financially be paying for everything. But hey, she blessed me with a beautiful, healthy son. I did everything she had asked me to, okay? Today, things got hectic, and I have my sons in my hands. Me and her have a little bit of, verbal going back and forth, and she's like trying to grab my son out of my hand. I'm like, yo, you just need to relax. You need to relax. Like, back up, back up, back up. She's like, oh, I don't feel safe with him in your hands. Mind you, my son's about to be 1. I had never had the opportunity to be to spend some time with my son without her being around. She's like, oh, if I'm not coming, there's no way you can possibly see my son by yourself. Today we got into it. She keeps trying to grab my son. I'm like trying to back her up because she's like keep trying to grab him. She struck me today real good while my son was in my hand, to the point where my son was dropped and there's like blood literally all over my floors. Or try to see my son, have her always invite her over. Mind you, I don't have a 9-to-5 job, you know? So I'm always like, hey, can you bring my son over? You know, I'll Uber y'all over, like, you know, because, you know, she has an apartment, but I have this big ass house. He got toys over here. He has everything. And it's heartbreaking to me that he's so used to his mom. He's like, he don't even know what's going on. So like, I have to really like lock in and figure out exactly what he needs to keep him safe. And most importantly, to give him all the nutrients, because he was breastfeeding with his mom. And I've been told his mom, listen, he's going to have to get on a bottle soon, because like, what if I want to spend time with my son by myself? She's like, oh, that won't happen. Maybe when he's 5. Raising a baby is not easy, but it's not rocket science either. Women be trying to use these babies as pawns, and it's absolutely ridiculous. My child's mom went to jail, even though it fucking broke my heart, and I caught myself crying because my son should not have to experience him waking up and his mom not being there. I never, ever wanted to do that. But today was the last straw. You don't get to physically assault me in my house, in front of my son, while my son was in my hands. And you think you're not going to be held accountable. I'm like debating right now, should I even bail her out? Because maybe she needs to learn her fucking lesson.
Yeah. Touch on the boards, I like this shit. It's got that feel to it. Had it hard.
Let's be honest. A lot of men out here are risking their future, their peace, their finances, and the lives of innocent children, all for what? Just a few minutes of pleasure? Nobody wants to say it out loud no more, but thankfully we here on Thinking Out Loud, so we're gonna talk about it. We've normalized casual sex so much that people don't even think about the consequences no more. Bringing a child into this world ain't casual. Raising a family in a broken home ain't casual. You know, paying child support for 18 to 21 years and barely getting to see your child, that's not casual, bro. We got people right now, I got a friend right now who, I actually got 2 friends right now who've been fighting in court for the last 3 to 4 years for custody of their children, whether full or partial. One of them hasn't even got to see his child in the last 3 to 4 years. So now it's to the point his child barely even knows them. And a lot of this we don't take into account when we out here hopping bed to bed, sleeping around, taking condoms off, all because you want to feel the pleasure of a few minutes that could ruin your life for the next 18 to 21 years. Nobody's thinking about that, let alone diseases. Like, what happened to that? Is nobody afraid of that no more? Like, talk to me. What's going on out here, bro? Like, I really don't get it. And then people are always shocked when things go left. We just heard Floyd Mayweather got hit with $1 million in back pay and now has to pay this woman $32,000 a month for the next 18 to 21 years, all because one night of pleasure and lack of self-control. Who's to say he'll have that much money? You know, yeah, he's rich now, but who's to say something catastrophic won't happen and his income won't dry up? We don't know. But the fact that you are dishing out $32K a month to some woman you don't even know because you could not control yourself is insane. Same with my boy Fredo. Much respect to him. But bro, what were you thinking? First of all, did you stop to look at the girl before you even did what you did, bro? No offense to her. God bless her. But my man, you can do so much better. Like, bruh. And this is somebody now you have to take care of again for the next 18 to 21 years. He's already, as you've seen in the clip, saying that he's paying for her apartment. She's not working. He's paying $3,000 a month on top of the utilities and whatever his son needs. You know, shout out to him, because you don't have a lot of men that will step up like that. I respect that he's in a position to be able to do that, but you just gave somebody a lifestyle who you don't even plan on being with, bro. You know what I'm saying? All because you wanted to take condoms off and have some fun for a few minutes one night. Now you got cops in your house. You got her threatening that you can't see your child no more. You got to beg her to see your child. You're making all these posts about how could a woman keep their son away from his father. Bro, why even go through that? And this is a man who already got, I think, 7 or 8 kids, if I'm not mistaken, and not with any of the mothers. Like, what are we doing right now, bro? As men, we got to start moving with more responsibility. Not every woman, and this is no disrespect to women, not every woman deserves access to your body. The same way they preach it to women, I'm going to preach it to y'all. Access to your money, your resources, access to your time, your attention, your last name. Like, we really got to start having a little bit more respect for ourselves as men. What are we doing out here, bro? You know, the same way they are taught to value themselves, we need to teach our sons and other men that we deserve to value ourselves just as much. There's too many kids growing up in homes where the parents weren't stable. That's for one. They weren't emotionally prepared. They weren't financially prepared. Definitely weren't spiritually prepared to build a home together. And then the child grows up carrying the weight of those decisions. Then we wonder why we got so many kids popping pills, smoking, doing drugs, out here in the street looking for guidance, while the parents most of the time go about their merry way and don't regret it till later. You got young boys looking for fatherhood in the streets. You got little girls looking for validation from men because there's no emotional stability at home. And then society acts shocked at the outcome while we are just sitting back ignoring all these things, bro. We contributing to it. We adding. Like, everybody complaining about the economy, everything's so expensive, but yet a lot of us could barely afford to take care of ourselves, but yet you can't tell yourself no to certain needs. So you're going to bring children in this world that you can also barely afford to take care of. Temporary pleasure, more than not, can create permanent responsibility. And that one night usually turns into from 18 years to a lifetime of debt, of responsibility, emotional trauma, you name it. We gotta ask ourselves, before removing any plastic, would I really want to raise a family with this person? Is this somebody I can trust? Is this somebody who brings peace, loyalty, accountability, stability, you name it, into my life? Because attraction is not enough to build a healthy home, fellas. Lastly, our decisions affect the child the most. As I said before, these kids don't ask to be born into chaos. These kids don't ask to be bounced between homes or have weekend only dads, feel abandoned and grow up in dysfunction. Like what we just witnessed, him going back and forth and the cops coming to the house, she's holding the baby, screaming. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You don't know what type of psychological toll that takes on a child. We don't think about that. Stuff like this is what keeps therapists employed. And I got nothing against therapists. Like, I'm studying to become a therapist myself and get licensed. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can help more people that been through what I've been through or worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in broken homes, so I know exactly what it comes with. But we gotta keep in mind, real men don't just create children. They create legacy, protection, leadership, peace. And if more men value discipline over temporary pleasure, we see stronger families, stronger children, and a better society overall. And I don't mean to sound preachy, but it's the truth. A lot of what we see comes from lack of discipline, being selfish, and nobody just thinking. They only thinking about one thing and thinking with one head and one head only. Listen, if you agree, leave a comment. Tell me, do you think we can normalize not creating broken homes anymore? Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe again, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.